Everyone enjoys getting out on the town for some live music. And there's nothing like going backstage and down the hall for a VIP pass to the inside information and interviews with the bands, singers, and songwriters that you enjoy. Welcome to Hall Around Town Radio's Backstage Hall Pass, a showcase of homegrown talent, mixing independent music with personal interviews and a behind-the-scenes look at our music community. Backstage Hall Pass is your front row center seat to some great conversation with the area's most talented artists. Whether you like rock, blues, folk, country, or R&B, Backstage Hall Pass delivers you a daily dose of the stories behind the music. And now, here's the host of our show, Scott Hall.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the program here on a Monday, guys. It's Backstage Hall Pass's weekend update from the beautiful Hall Around Town Radio Studios in Springboro, Ohio. How y'all doing? See who's checking in here today. Looks like Glenn on the YouTube channel. The Wanderers are in the house. Rob Paisley. How you doing, Rob? Thanks for dropping by. Jimmy Kilroy has joined the party. Thank you for being here, Jim. We'll see who else is out there. Harold Sizemore, it looks like. Tad Becker checking in. I see your name popping up, though. Hopefully you're still with us. Welcome, guys, on a Monday. We'll give a few people a chance to catch up with the live here. Make a comment if you're out there. Say hi to everybody. And we'll say hi back to you. That's how it works. We're going to cover our weekend in review, and we're going to talk about a few other things that went on over the weekend that we were part of as well. And I want to thank you all for supporting our page and for writing in this weekend, or actually yesterday and today, over 100 of you commenting about who you saw play live music over the weekend. And that was nice to see. Some people giving shout outs to local music and to the venues that bring it to you. So how we all doing today? Let's make some comments, people. Let's get involved here, if you will. Hollywood in the house. Yeah. Eva, thank you for dropping in. All right. Dave Worthington, what kind of fun do you have for me today? I'm the William Shatner of Waynesville. Thank you for that. I'm something every day in Dave Worthington's world. Thanks, Dave. Hope you're doing all right. Hollywood, how are you? From Pullman Lane, Scott's Bar and Grill down in Hamilton, Ohio, on the west side of Hamilton. Checking in with us. Runs a great operation. If you haven't been there to see a band yet, do it. Do it. I highly encourage it. Great, great stage, music, venue, nice and clean. A great place to go. Absolutely. So, hi, Marie. Thank you for dropping in today as well. So if you're out there, guys, say hi to everybody. Give everybody a shout out. Roger, how are you? Here at CVG today? Okay. Are you getting ready to fly? Or are you just hanging out? What's going on, Marie? Skip from Liars for Hire in the house. And man, did Mother Nature give us a wallop today? I mean, it's like winter out there. It is. It's crazy, crazy. Let's get it started. If there's somebody that you went to see over the weekend and you didn't get it on our post earlier, and give them a little recognition, throw it in the comments today. We'd love to hear from you. I got you. Work for the FAA, not the FFA. Future Farmers of America. No, he's the FAA guy. All right. Thank you, Roger. Dewey, did I see you? Happy Monday, Dewey. Thank you. Got a lot of you checking in today. Good to have you all with us. And Freetown City, where is that actually? Kelvin. I'm sorry, Kelvin. Tell me where that is actually, because I'm not real familiar with it. I'm not. Yes, actually, Dave Worthington, I did. I haven't had a chance to respond to you yet, but that was unbelievable. So we need to get her on the show sometime, talk about her music. We do. That'd be fun. Hi, Rachel. Thank you for dropping by today, too. Guys, welcome to the program again. Like I said, this is our Monday weekend update. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the people we saw, but if you saw somebody play over the weekend and they wowed you a little bit, throw it in the comments out there if you haven't done so on our page already. Like I said earlier, over 100 of you commenting on that post we put up last night and then this morning on Who'd You See Play, and a lot of live music going on over the weekend. It looked like it was a wonderful weekend. Kobe in the house. How are you? Good to see you from Love Bomb. I like to say it that way. Love bomb. Lou Morgan is here. What's going on, Lou? And Flash G from Flash and Top Secret out there. Good to have you with us too. Haven't seen you in a while, Flash. Hope you're doing well. And yes, the Wanderers with the One More Bar Saturday for Don't Tell Steve. There you go. And I'm sure it was a fantastic show, as Stephanie Maples always does. She's going to be a guest on our Wednesday shows coming up, talking about their Halloween show. So that'll be a lot of fun. Yes. Wow, Kevin in West Africa? Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. Thanks. We've gone global today. We have. Kelvin, I'm sorry. I keep saying Kevin, but that's what it looks like in print that big on my screen. Yes, thanks for being here today. It's a wiki in the house. Yeah, I got notified. Some days you do, some days you don't. It's weird how it works. But I'm glad you're here, Ed. Thank you for dropping by. And your pictures, man, I'm telling you, Ed Sawicki, guys, if you haven't seen his photos, follow his page because he posts some of the best live music photos there are in the whole tri-state area. And he does a great job of capturing not only the photos of the bands and people playing, but the energy of the room. He's got a great eye for that. So Ed, thanks for being with us always and being a follower here of our page and what we do. And we love what you do, my friend. And oh, there you go. Playing a wedding reception. That'll be fun. Flash G, your son's wedding reception. That'll be even more fun. That'll be a good time. Ed, anytime, my friend. And Lou says Ed's the greatest. He knows how to capture that moment. He does. All right, I want to talk about a few things over the weekend real quick here. And again, if you had somebody you saw this weekend and enjoyed yourself, if you didn't get it posted on our page, throw it up here in the comments. We'll mention it and talk about it. So this is Monday, October the 17th, guys. Man, time is flying. It'll be 2023 before we know it. This is what we call our weekend update, your number one source for live local music news, bands, venues, and more. And you're home here at All Around Town Radio for everything music, guys. And we're going to kick it off today, first of all, again, by thanking everyone for coming out to that wonderful, wonderful post we made earlier and dropping stuff in there. That was over 100 people talking about who they saw. And then Thursday's show, 3,000 views. Thank you for that, guys. It's all about the shares. Sharing is caring. And when you share it, the numbers go up. Jeff said he saw the Bel Airs at the Sorg. I'm glad to hear that. Jim McCarthy in the house. The Bel Airs are always a great group, Jeff, for sure. And Kobe says maybe Ed can give him secrets. I'm telling you, Ed's got the eye for it. He does. And he's got the equipment to make the stuff look good. But I will say Ed puts a lot of time into editing those photos. It's not just snap a photo. It's a lot of work for Ed. And it's a passion for him for sure. And Jimmy saw Kevin Cooper Wednesday night at the Hangar and Gerhard Albinus Friday at the Gano. There you go. There you go. And Jim, don't watch me on the big screen, man. I got a face for radio. Turn that stuff off. Yeah. All right. Going to talk about our weekend. Now, had a little issue. We were a little under the weather for a couple days here in the All Around Town camp. But back at it, I was back at it on Saturday. And Saturday got a chance to take in many, many musical acts. Had a wonderful weekend, actually, with that. And was at a fundraiser for a gentleman who was a Dayton firefighter, good friend of mine, Rod Longpre, who passed away. I think it's been now 3 years, 3 years. I can't recall the exact date, but there was a fundraiser in Rod's name. He was a big, organizer and reason that there's a firefighters memorial that is at Stubbs Park in Centerville for a 9-county area. And Daniel, I felt fine. I was fine, but we just stayed off the grid for a couple of days there. So I was doing fine. Mrs. All Around Town's fine too. She's doing well. So this fundraiser that went on was at the VFW in Kettering, which is a big place, has live music a lot. You hear us talk about them crying out loud, playing their 5-Story Plunge, White Knuckle Weekend. A lot of people play at that location until Rust played there this year. So the fundraiser started at 3 p.m. and went in to the late evening, such as midnight, or so. But we were there for a while, and Mr. Rod Longpree was a wonderful guy who was instrumental in the building of this firefighters memorial. And right now, the firefighters memorial has been in place for about 30 years, and it's starting to need some upkeep. So we're raising some money, doing some fundraisers to help supply the firefighters memorial with a makeover, basically, and get it up to par and looking good. It's a big brick area. There's some pictures on my page, actually on the All Around Town page too of it. And the bricks are starting to shuffle a little. The edging is needing repaired. There's a few little rust spots on the memorial that need to be repaired and things like that. So we're working hard to get that. So it's always there to honor those who have been lost in the line of duty in the local fire service in a 9-county region. So this fundraiser, though, had a wonderful group of bands, and one band that I'd never heard before was Shakertown, and they kicked it off. Nick Mitchell was supposed to kick it off. He didn't make it that day. I had some personal things going on, so he couldn't be there, but Shakertown played. And what a blend of classic and modern rock that they did. And I was amazed with Shakertown. It's such a diverse mix of music, current and classic covers and originals that they threw in. It's a group of musicians from various musical backgrounds. They really rely on heavy harmonies. There's 5 singers in the group that could sing lead, if that tells you how good the harmonies can be. And some killer guitar work there for those guys. And if you know Randy Eldred, he was running sound. The sound was perfect, spot on CD quality. I mean, he's running the right stuff, and you got a big Midas board and everything else. So it was a great fundraiser to kick off with the group Shakertown, and I really enjoyed watching them get the people up, get the people dancing. And all the meantime, the Tennessee-Alabama game was going on, so that had the place glued to the TV too. I mean, it's quite an event. It was a full house at the Kettering VFW, and Shakertown did not disappoint. In fact, I got a chance to talk to them after their show and all that, and we're going to have them on the show here. They're going to talk some. They were familiar with what we do, but we'd never really promoted them at all. So it's time to talk a little bit about Shakertown and their musical skills and abilities. So thank you to them for kicking off that show. Next up was a band called First Flight. And I'm going to tell you, First Flight, this was the first time they'd played together. It reminded me so much of the Bell and the Bear Jam. And I'm trying to say hi to some folks here too. Hi, Phyllis. Thank you for dropping in. Good to see you. She says the Fries. We're going to talk about them in a minute. And Steve Short, thank you very much. John Barry in the house. Steve Stein has joined us. I'll talk about Steve here in a minute as well. Chris Thompson, I see popped up on the screen there. And Keith, thank you for being here as well today. So this group called First Flight, a combo of many area bands, some folks from the Hathaways in that band, several other solo acts and this and that. Many of them that had played music with Rod, who the memorial benefit was in his name. Many of them had played with him because Rod was known as Rockin' Rod in the fire department, because on his days off, he played music, and a lot of it. You'd see him at Jilly's a lot and places like that. Rod was a great singer and musician, and did one of the most amazing versions of the national anthem you'd ever want to hear. So, and Dave says, how far back do the Hathaways go? Back as far as we do, Dave. I'm telling you, they've been around for years and years and years in various versions and so on. So First Flight, all the vocals all day were spot on, but man, this young lady, and I didn't get her name. There was a wife-husband duo who he played guitar and she played, he played bass and she sang vocals. She had one of the most amazing voices I've heard in a while. And I'd rank her up there with a lot of the top singers we always talk about on the show here in the local tri-state. She did a fantastic job. Most had never played together. There were some guitar solos going on that were just shredding off the hook guitar solos. And these folks had a good time. They didn't play a long time. They didn't have a lot put together, I don't think, for this. But the songs that they did were fantastic. And hats off to him, man. Hi, Monique. Thank you for dropping by. Good to have you with us today. And so First Flight, we had Shakertown kicking it off, First Flight, and then the Fries. And if you've never seen the Fries, I mean, there's another group that's been around as long as the Hathaways, I believe. They're a longtime staple in the area, the Fries band, and they have a trio called A Side of Fries. Has become known as one of the premier vocal bands in the Dayton area. They focus on these 3, 4, and 5-part harmonies that are, and some of the stuff they play classic wise are those great harmony songs of the 70s. And it's really driven by acoustic guitars, keyboard, bass, and drums. And the Fries are a fantastic entertainment group. And they were closing the show that night there at the Kettering VFW. So thank you to the Fries. I will not get in for time purposes of all the songs they did, but a fantastic bunch of music that evening. And I was supposed to cut out about 7 o'clock. I ended up staying there till almost 9:30, and then rapidly drove down to Mr. Burroughs Tavern so I could catch the last set of the Jay Clark Band, who I had not seen in a while. And Jay Clark is one of our followers here who's on all the time and always commenting and being a part of this. So I'm going to say Jay Clark Band at Mr. Burroughs, absolutely. And I've said this about a lot of bands, but absolutely the best I've ever heard them sound. And part of that was in part of Mr. Steve Stein, who was running the mix. He was doing a great job mixing them down on the old iPad there. And probably the best. And Mr. Burroughs is a tough room to run sound in. You got to throw a long distance, and sometimes in the back of the room, it's overdubbed by a lot of talk and that. There's some big tables in the back, so if you get a bunch of loud people, it's hard to run sound there because you have to smoke the ears of the people in the front row and to get it to the back room. Steve did a great job. I don't know what he was doing. He had it dialed in, and Jay on lead vocals and guitar, and Rob Carlson on lead guitar, Keith Westheimer on bass, and Tony Russello on drums. They were killing it. They did a great job. A really diverse set that night that I got to see the last bit, and everything from country to heavier rock and the classics thrown in there. And the crowd was really into their music, and their high energy show didn't disappoint the crowd at all. So it was a good thing. It was a good thing for sure. And Jim, that's what Jim saw. He saw Blink down in Cincinnati, and also Led Zeppelin 2 at Riverfront Live. How'd that go, Jim? Was it good? You said it's a great show. So I do want to give a big shout out to Jay Clark and his band. Fantastic work on Saturday night. That's about the extent of the music I got to see this weekend. Unfortunately, under the umbrella of darkness for a couple of days, but we're back and running. Everybody's out and about and doing their thing. And it was a fun weekend for us. And, I actually got the chance to sit around the house a couple of nights, watch a little TV and relax also. So that's not always so bad. And if you saw somebody play out there, drop it in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. If there's somebody you saw over the weekend that you want to put in the comments, if you didn't post it on our page, or you can go to that post on our page after the show and drop it in there, because so many people look at that and see and get ideas of bands they want to go see because of your comments and all the stuff you do. And that's wonderful. And what we got? Jim said fantastic renditions. Good seeing old friends. That's always fun when that works out. It is. And Lou said the Milos were Larry's this past Friday. We're killing it. And yeah. There's some cool bands out there that have been around a long time that don't play like at 5 days a week. You're lucky to catch them once a month somewhere. And those are always fun because I think they enjoy it a whole lot. Not to knock your full-time musicians, but can you imagine playing your set list 4 or 5 nights a week? Eventually it's going to wear on you a little bit. And some of these guys that just take a month and say we play once a month throughout the year, I think they're pumped up and their energy's there a little bit more to get out and do a good show and have a good time. And again, not that I'm dogging on anybody that plays 5 nights a week. That's a special breed right there, folks. Jim, I'll look at those photos on your page for sure. And Steve says the Wanna Beatles at Belterra. They were incredible. Good deal. Never seen them either. Not at all. And yeah, Jim, I heard Johnny Fink and the Intrusion at the Bell was just as always off the charts. Johnny and Gina going to be there this week on Wednesday night. I unfortunately am still doing my trivia throughout the month of October, so I won't be able to attend that one. Not that I'm unfortunate to do trivia, but I'll be there. You got to watch what you say because people take it the wrong way. But trivia is going on still, so I can't. Wednesdays are tied up. Let's just put it that way. That's as simple as I can say it. Hi, Bill. Thank you. He saw Johnny Fink and the Intrusion at the Bell and the Bear as well. Thank you for that, Bill. So yeah, that was really our weekend of music. So if you have something you want to talk about, go ahead. Or if you want to call in, you can call in. I do it all the time. Nobody ever calls. People are so afraid, so scared to call. But let me show you here. If I can find it, I'll pop it up on the screen. Let's see where it is. Where is it? Where is it? Right here. There it is. You can call now. That number right there. I'm pointing at you saying call now. I'm pointing under the thing too, if you can see it. There I am. All right. Saying call now. Call now. Absolutely. There it is. So yeah, if you want to call, you can call to that number. I'll put you on the air. We'll talk about the show you got to see. It's great. There it is. I'll scroll it across the bottom for y'all as we go here as well. How's that sound? Quality. All right. See what else we've got coming in here. It's October, Roger says. Okay, there we go. And what's Dave got to say here? House band has unbelievably good singers. Yeah, there's some fantastic churches out there that have wonderful music programs. Yeah, my cousin Beth, her husband's a pastor at a church, and I'm getting a call. So let me take the call here. Hang on just a moment. It'll take a second to bring it up. We'll bring it up into the old studio, and I got you. Who's there?
It's Jim McCarthy.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
Hey, partner.
What's going on, buddy?
Yeah, good. So yeah, my friend was he's the singer. He's the Robert Plant. And they all wear wigs, but they're all so talented in Led Zeppelin too. Yeah,
I was shocked when you told me that name, that they can get by with doing that and playing out. And I guess Led Zeppelin's like, we're Led Zeppelin. Nobody's going to be Led Zeppelin, so we'll just say they can do this and do whatever. So some bands get real dicey.
Getting the word out, right?
Yeah, and some bands get real hinky about their names and so on. Hi, Jay Clark. Thanks for dropping in. Were your ears burning? I was talking about you a minute ago. I was. So, Jim, what else did you do over the weekend? Tell me about Johnny Fink, too.
Johnny Fink was wonderful, as always. Very personal on stage. Thank God he played long enough that I got to see both Led Zeppelin 2 and that same night.
You cut out there at the end, but you said you got to see Johnny and Led Zeppelin 2 both in the same night?
Yes, because Bell goes to 12:30 on Saturdays, almost 1 sometimes.
Right. Well, that's
which is very great.
Oh, I'm just going to say it again. I love the Bell and the Bear. I do. And it's one of those places that it is a music venue. And when you go there, the energy level is already up because everybody's a music lover.
Yeah.
You're not in a room where there's a bunch of woo girls whooping it up or singing or whatever.
And it's all professional mostly,
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, my friend. Well, this Led Zeppelin 2 band, can people follow them? Can people find them on?
Oh, totally.
Social?
They have 150,000 followers. They're like one of the best in the United States.
Awesome. And you say you have a friend that sings lead in it?
My friend, it's his band.
Okay.
From Chicago. His name is Bruce Lamont. He's in a bunch of other bands too.
Perfect. Hey, Johnny Fink's
He's in a band called Yakuza, which is a acid jazz band. He plays sax and tenor sax.
Acid jazz. Is there such a thing? All right.
It's pretty cool stuff. I think you'd dig it.
By the way, our friend Johnny Fink's on here, and he's saying thank you to you, Jim, for giving a good review of his show.
Always. Can't wait to see him Wednesday.
Yeah, thank God he didn't say you suck, Johnny. I mean, come on.
No, that would never happen.
No, Johnny Fink, one of the premier performers in the Cincinnati area, guys. And if you haven't caught this show that's going to go on at the Bell Wednesday, Johnny and Gina, anytime they're together, it creates this explosive magic on stage. And you'll want to check that out. Absolutely.
And the renditions are off the hook.
Yeah, they're so good. And you know, I love Gina McCann's voice. Johnny's got a great voice as well. And combined, they make a great duo. So, and I think they're bringing the band.
And if I'm not mistaken, they play Smoke Justice Friday night, just the two of them.
Thank you for being my producer. You're always on the move with the stuff. I like it.
Hey, I do it for you, but I also do it for me.
And
love the good music.
I also believe Greg Ambergy may be playing with him Wednesday. I don't know for a fact if that's.
Yes, you are correct.
He's another one that's just a special musician who, anytime he's there, he brings it, and it's a magical place. So if you get a chance on Wednesday, check that out. It's a lot of fun. And
it starts early. I think 7:30.
Righto. Yeah.
And they're on time. So don't be late.
Anything else you got for me, Jim?
Not today. I will see you soon. I'll see you on the airwaves.
All right, Jim, I got to thank you. You're always good on the production side here. When I ask somebody to research something quick or to post something on the comments, you got it. So thank you for that, buddy.
And I'm waving to you on my big fat TV, 65 inches of Scott Hall.
Did you have to say big fat? You had to throw that in there too.
Like it's my TV, not you. You look handsome.
Oh, thank you, my friend. I'll send
Take
you.
Care, partner.
I'll buy you
a drink.
Bye. See ya.
Cheers.
All right. Thank you, Jim McCarthy, for dialing in today. I appreciate you being on the show. He's a great guy. And boy, is he a supporter of live local music. He is. Hi, Kara. Thanks for being here. So that's all we got for today, guys. And that was our weekend. Again, you can go to our page and drop in comments about people you saw play over the weekend on our little post that said, who'd you see play and where? And you can drop that in the comments there. Don't forget to hit the share button on the show if you will. And we'll be back tomorrow with Top 5 Tuesday. And also I'll be featuring Tuesday night trivia at Mr. Burroughs Tavern, where I am your host for that. Wednesday, some future acts coming up on Wednesday. Stephanie Maples of Don't Tell Steve, Chelsea Calloway of Chelsea and the Chain, and many, many more coming your way, where we're still working on that date to have Britt Lightning from Vixen on. She's going to come on the show with us, and we're going to get Gary Hoy back again to chat about his new release that's coming out shortly. So a lot of good things to look forward to here at All Around Town Radio. Wednesday night trivia at Heather's on the patio is still on. The sides are up on the tent. It will be warmer in there, but dress warmly because the high is like 50 on Wednesday. We're still going to do it, though. We want to finish it up with a bang for the year. We've only got a few more dates before we get to that big Tournament of Champions on that one. So have a great night, everybody. Thank you so much for supporting what we do. I appreciate you all so much. And we'll see you out and about seeing live music. Until then, get out and support live local music. And certainly the bands and venues that bring it to you guys. Since Johnny Fink was on here, let's throw one of his songs on if we can. What I got loaded in the board here, my unfortunate board only holds so much music, so I've got to change some things out. But we'll throw a little Johnny Fink at you on the way out. Thanks for watching today, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow, 5 o'clock. Bye-bye.
I see you, babe, don't wear that dress too tight. When you walk by, try not to look so right. 'Cause when you come home, child, I don't wanna want you now. No, when you come home, child, I don't wanna want you now. You done me wrong for the last time now. You broke my heart just like our old wedding vow. When you come back, please don't stay too long. Go back yonder, wherever he is from. So when you come home, child, I don't wanna want you now. No, when you come home, child, I don't wanna want you now. No. Hey! Yeah!